I'm Jamie Keiser. I teach IB Photo here at Columbia River. The students will be mainly focusing in lens-based media, which will be photography. We're also going to do some exploring in some mixed media beyond just the flat image. All students need a foundation course, so it would be kind of like the pre-B of photo or visual art, IB art. They need the foundation year, so the kind of the entry-level course, beginning photo or visual art. It gives them the foundational knowledge to know the technical skills, so they understand how to use the equipment and use the medium of photography. They have a really strong foundation in composition and how the film cameras and the digital cameras work and studio lighting. They just learn all that foundational knowledge that they'll need to progress independently as an artist. And their next year they come in and it's a development year where they're looking at artists, looking at cultures, understanding how to create the sketchbook. They're building on skills and they have very specific kind of prompted assignments in the first year. Their second year, which would be their testing year, which typically is seniors, but sometimes juniors choose to test. That's when they're working with a thread. So they kind of choose their direction because now they've had all this foundational knowledge and they choose the direction which they want to go within their artwork. In the classroom, you have projects with assignment due dates, just like you would in any class. What we're building is a portfolio of work that then is assessed by IB. So in the past, it was their studio work, it was their sketchbook, and then it was also an interview. Starting next year, it's a comparative study piece where they have to compare a couple artists from different cultures and different times. If they're HL, then they choose to do a piece that's kind of inspired or based around that comparative study. They also have to do a gallery type show where they're putting their work up, and that's part of the assessment, as well as their portfolio work again. And then the sketchbook isn't necessarily a sketchbook anymore. It's more of kind of a presentation of their growth as an artist over the course of their time. It's just teaching them to be world learners. So just getting students to look outside of what they know as, teenagers in Vancouver, Washington, looking at artists for inspiration from different cultures and different times, exploring and expanding their knowledge in terms of technical skills and conceptual meaning. So just getting them to be kind of those world thinkers, world learners, where they're really expanding and exploring as artists. Basically what they're looking at is just for students that show that growth in terms of their technical ability as well as their conceptual ideas. So I have had students that come in and aren't great artists but are very passionate about what they're doing, and they do well because they're exploring and expanding and they're risk-taking. You could have somebody who's a super talented artist that stays within what they know and what's comfortable, and they're not going to do so well. So they just want to see them growing as an artist. They want to see the successes as much as they want to see the things that didn't work, because a lot of times, especially as an artist, you're going to grow through the trials and tribulations of learning how to work within your medium. A lot of the students take IB art or IB photo because they find it to be kind of a zen moment in their 6-period day of a lot of stress. They see it as kind of their little haven or their little sanctuary. And it really, I think, helps them grow as learners. And for a lot of these kids, they aren't going to go on into art, but it's nice that they have the experience here at River to explore, photography or visual art or sculpture or pottery. And it's just kind of a nice balance.